The best film noir, only my channel. Δρ Νικόλαος, entertainment channel. Please subscribe. Τα καλύτερα film noir στο δικό σας κανάλι. Δρ Νικόλαος. Παρακαλώ, εγγραφείτε.
Don't ask me. He hasn't said a word all the way across country.
Well, how do you like it?
The court appointed me your counsel. It's my duty to defend you, but I can't do anything for you unless you talk to me. Tell me something I can use in your defense. The district attorney contends that you're not only guilty of murdering Dr. Talbot, but that you were blackmailing him for several months prior to the crime. Now, if that's true, you must have had something on him. What was it? If you'll just tell me, it'll help me in your defense. Dr. Talbot was a respected member of the community. Lived in the same house, on the same street, year after year. Everyone admired him, looked up to him. But then something happened. He did something. Something that gave you a hold over him. What was it? What was he hiding? What did he do? All right. You know what a verdict of guilty means? Better think it over. The district attorney contends that you're not only guilty of murdering Dr. Talbot, but that you were blackmailing him. That means you must have had something on him. What was it? It's our only defense. Better think it over. Better think it over. Dr. Talbot was a fine man. Lived in the same house, on the same street, year after year. Everyone admired him, looked up to him. But something happened. He did something. Something that gave you a hold over him. What was it? What was he hiding? What did he do? What was it? What was he hiding? What did he do?
Morning, dear.
I'm late.
Hurry up, Benita. It's after 8. Be right down, Mother.
Morning, Dad.
Morning, Greg.
Don't see why Benita can't be on time. Greg is always punctual.
I'm always punctual. If you take the mirrors out of her room, she might not be so late.
Well, Bunny's growing up, wants to look beautiful. To a girl, that's quite a business, I imagine. Hard work, long hours. Let's be patient, shall we?
Morning. Oh, has anybody noticed? Has anybody noticed?
What?
But it's spring, haven't you noticed? Things are pushing up out of the ground. Something's stirring. Can't you feel it?
I feel a draft.
Will you please close the window, Benita, and sit down to breakfast?
Someday somebody's going to be late in this house just once, and the walls are going to fall in.
Don't mumble, dear.
Yes, Mother.
Good morning, Lottie.
Good morning, Doctor.
You look very pretty this morning, Bunny. Girls. Very pretty.
Now, don't spoil her, Richard. Really, I'm a little annoyed. I try to maintain some sort of schedule, and Benita's always upsetting it.
What difference do a few minutes make?
It isn't a question of a few minutes. She's habitually late.
Habitually.
When I was her age, my father made me be careful about such things.
Well, your father was a rather strict man. You don't expect me.
I expect my family to be reliable.
I'm reliable.
Father was reliable.
Yes.
That's what built his practice.
Yes.
And yours, too. People know they can depend on you.
But Bunny doesn't intend to be a doctor.
That isn't the point. A person has to exercise some self-discipline. If one becomes careless about little habits, toast Gregory, one's liable to become careless about big ones.
Your mother's quite right, Bunny. Remember that.
Yes, Dad.
Remember that.
Now, you won't forget. Home by 7 o'clock,
Yes, Lucy.
Bye.
Bye. It's especially important tonight because we're going to the Morgans for dinner, remember?
I'll be here, dear. You know, Lucy, Bunny's right. It is a glorious day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
It must be beautiful in the mountains now. I don't suppose you'd like to go to the cabin for the weekend.
Oh, not this weekend. The children and I are going to Mother's.
Oh, I see.
I know you have a lot to do. You haven't even started your paper for the medical convention yet.
Well, no, I thought perhaps I could...
I'll take it, Lottie. Goodbye, dear. Hello? Oh, hello, Margaret. No, just getting Richard off to work. Next Friday? Well, let me see. I'll have to look at my schedule.
Morning, Doc. You're late. Yes, it was such a nice day, I took a drive through the park on my way down. Same time tonight? Same time. Morning. Good morning. Good morning, Judson.
Good morning, Doctor.
Wonderful day, isn't it, Judson?
What's left of it? Do you realize you're 20 minutes late?
Well, it's the first time in 10 years. Not a bad average.
There's Mr. Bailey outside, one of Dr. Merriam's patients. He looks pretty bad. I think you'd better see him.
Where's Dr. Merriam? At the hospital?
No, and I telephoned his apartment. He's not there either. He wasn't home all last night.
Send Bailey in. Judson, when Dr. Merriam gets here, tell him I want to see him.
Yes, sir. You may come in now.
Mr. Bailey, will you go inside, please?
Good morning, Richard. Oh, Bailey.
Well, good morning, Doctor.
How are you feeling?
A little better, I think.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, that's quite all right. I've been looking forward to meeting Dr. Talbot.
I'd advise you to take things easy for the next few days, Mr. Bailey. And as soon as you get a hint of another attack, better find some way to get in touch with Dr. Merriam or myself.
Yes, I will.
I notice you live at the YMCA.
Yes.
Haven't you any family or friends you could live with?
Well, I can't think of anybody. Why?
Well, it would be safer. I mean, there's always the possibility.
I understand. It's a big city, and there's nobody to know whether you're alive or dead. And very few people to care. Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Take care of yourself, Bailey.
Thank you.
He's a very sick man.
Yes, I know. I'm glad you saw him. I've been meaning to ask you to have a look at him. I thought you might take him over.
Joel, it's none of my business, and I don't like saying this any more than you like to hear it.
I know, I'm late. I'm sorry.
It's not only that. Judson called your apartment. You weren't home all last night.
All right, I've been a bad boy.
Joel, I'm serious. We've a great many patients like Bailey. If they ever need you in an emergency...
I said I was sorry.
I don't ask you what women you were out with or how much you drank last night.
Why should you? It's my life.
Well, it might have been Bailey's life. You're a doctor, Joel. There's a certain dignity.
Oh, stop it, Richard. I'll try to do better, but don't lecture me. As for dignity, you can keep it yourself. It's too dull for me.
It's 6:30, Doctor. If there's nothing else, I think...
No, I don't think so. I have a few things to clear up. You needn't wait.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Let me through, please. I'm a doctor.
See a doctor? Oh, what's the trouble here? She walked out in front of the car. I couldn't see her.
All right, just take it easy. Quiet.
Let's say something, Doc, will you?
Better take her to my office.
There must be an easier way to get a taxi. Hey, where's my bracelet?
Oh, I had it. I'm a physician.
Am I dead or something?
No, you just fainted.
Did I leave anything on the street? An arm or a leg?
You have a rather bad bruise above your knee, but if there are no internal injuries, you...
It's not very pretty, is it?
Lie back, please. Any pain?
No. Hey, take it easy.
Was that sensitive?
No, just ticklish. Do you think I'll live?
Yes, I think you'll be all right.
Well, you needn't be so gloomy about it. Got a cigarette?
Yes.
Business to find out. How is she, Doc?
Nothing serious.
Good.
Can I go now?
No, stick around. I gotta file a report.
What's all the commotion out there?
The driver of the truck and the policeman. They want to ask you some questions.
Okay, wheel them in.
Well, I haven't finished.
Oh, I don't mind. Bring them on in.
It was an accident. Everybody say so. It wasn't my fault.
All right. We'll see what she has to say. Now pipe down.
Okay, don't try to pull anything on me.
Thanks.
Get a lawyer.
Shut up.
Go in now.
Don't get yourself in an uproar. Just quiet. How do you feel, miss?
I've been examined already.
Look, lady, it wasn't my fault. You ran out.
Will you turn it off, fella? Wait till I get through.
Yeah, sure.
What's your name, miss? I have to file a report.
It's Prentiss. Nora Prentiss.
Where do you live?
Golden Gate Apartments down the street on the other side.
Occupation?
I'm a singer. Nightclub.
Entertainer. Want to prefer any charges?
For charges for what? The doc said she's all right.
Oh, forget it. I guess it was my fault.
Did you hear that? Can I go now?
Okay.
Thanks. You're a real lady.
Good night, miss. Good night, Doc. Good night.
Well, I made a hit with the truck driver.
We better get this on now. Would you mind?
Looks like I've been bit by a horse. An educated horse. You're Dr. Talbot, aren't you?
Yes.
I've seen you before. From my apartment window. You didn't know that, did you?
In a big city, you don't even know your next door neighbor. Is this too tight?
But I know you. As a matter of fact, I set my clock by you. When you arrive in the morning, it's 9 o'clock. That is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, it's 11.
Well, I go to the hospital those days.
When you go to lunch, it's 12:15. At 6:30, you go home.
You make it sound very dull. But I was off schedule today.
Oh, that was a break for me. If you hadn't been, I might still be lying out there in the gutter waiting for somebody to take an interest in me. And we might never have met.
There. That doesn't look bad.
The bandage or the leg?
Young lady,
Can't you decide, Doctor?
Well, I made the bandage. I didn't make the leg. I seem to amuse you.
A little. In a nice way. What's the matter? Am I lopsided or something?
On the contrary.
Thanks. That's the nicest thing anyone ever said to me.
Your bracelet.
You should laugh more often. It does something for you. Ooh. Well, I'm a little dizzy. You wouldn't happen to have a drink around, would you?
Yes. I keep a little for medicinal purposes.
That's my brand. I don't suppose you'd have one with me.
No, thank you.
You don't like the idea?
I don't object if it improves the patient's outlook.
Well, it would take more than a drink to improve my outlook, but it helps. Oh, feel like a new man. Thanks. What time is it?
Nearly 7. 7? I had no idea it was so late.
I see you're married.
Yes. Well, I had a dinner engagement. I am a little off schedule. Do you think you can walk?
Oh, I certainly intend to try.
Good. I'll see you at your place.
I don't know whether or not I'll be able to work tonight.
I don't think you should attempt to work. In fact, you'd better take things easy for a day or two.
Right over there.
If you don't feel well tomorrow, you better let me have a look at you.
Yes. Well, Doc, thanks for the cigarette and the drink. In fact, thanks for everything.
Well, that's quite all right. Good night.
Just a minute. How much do I owe you?
Well, I'll send you a bill.
Got the name?
Prentiss. Nora Prentiss.
Don't forget.
I won't.
By the way, you've been very patient with me. You may not have noticed, but I was a little fresh.
I noticed.
I don't know why. It was something about you. Next time I'll be polite.
It's fine. Next time my bill won't be so large. Lucy, how do I look?
All right, why?
I don't know, this suit seems a little dull, don't you think?
No, I hadn't noticed.
Looks old, settled. Oh, well. You look lovely tonight, Lucy.
Oh, come, Richard. This dress is ancient.
I don't mean the dress. I mean you.
Well, I don't know why. I've had a very tiring day.
Do we have to go to the Morgans tonight? I'd sort of like to spend the evening with you.
You are spending the evening with me.
I mean alone with you. I can't explain it, but well, it's such a beautiful night. Married people miss a lot, Lucy. They get used to each other. It shouldn't be like that.
What are you talking about?
Well, you'll be going to your mother's for the weekend. I won't see you till Monday. We never seem to have any fun together, Lucy.
Fun? Well, we aren't children, Richard. Seems to me we lead quite a normal life. Now, will you get my jacket for me, dear?
Anybody home? Oh, hello. The lights were on, the door was open, so I just walked in.
Miss Prentiss.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, certainly not.
My boss called me. Says I'm needed. Saturday night is a pretty big night. Think I could go to work?
Well, how do you feel? Your leg, does it give you any pain?
Oh, a little. Not bad.
Well, I guess it'll be all right. I'd be careful about too much dancing, however.
Well, I don't have to dance. I'm a singer. And I'm always careful.
I guess it'll be all right. Go to work.
Thanks. Good night.
Miss Prentiss.
Yes?
I would be careful, though.
You just said that.
Yes, I guess I did.
You seem to be working yourself.
Yes, I'm trying to. I'm writing a paper on ailments of the heart.
A paper? I could write a book. Well, so long.
Good night. Miss Prentiss.
Yes?
Where did you say you worked?
I didn't say. But it's Donato's, Fisherman's Wharf. Why?
Well, I thought I might go out to dinner later on. How's the food there?
If it's food you want, stay away. But the singing's good. If it's singing you want.
Your name, till with constant repetition it becomes a household word. And
good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Would you like a table?
Yes.
Are you alone or expecting someone?
Well,
yes, sir. Pete. Yes, sir. Show this gentleman to a table. This way, please.
Texas had her hooked. She'd be just another jockey, though, if someone hadn't looked. They wouldn't be in history if there was no publicity, for their ambition, after all, was finding places in the Hall of Fame, such as fame.
How can I make history when no one's ever heard of me? I've never done a thing that should be noted. No one's ever fought for me, no pink champagne's been bought for me. I've never said a word that could be quoted. I've got that certain nothing. I'm not demonstrative. But if the right man comes along, there's much that I can give. Would you like a souvenir? Just a little thing to keep this memory evergreen. Love is a great routine. Take it from me. Would you like a souvenir? Some memento that will always keep our dreams in touch. Darling, it means so much. Don't you agree? Should I let you kiss me? You'd never miss me when you stop. Take something material that material stuff's a flop. Would you like a souvenir? Something close to me that you can call your very own. Something for you alone. Definitely. If your conscience hurts, don't let it. Come and get it while it's here. You'll be making no mistake if you take a souvenir.
I see you got hungry.
I just couldn't get down to work. Would you sit down?
Thanks. Couldn't straighten out the ailment of the heart?
No.
I have trouble with mine, too. You know, Doctor, I can't help wondering what a married man with a strict routine is doing in a place like this. You're way off schedule now, aren't you?
Oh, no, not really. I have nothing to do that I couldn't do some other time. You see, my wife is out of town.
Oh, now I understand.
I beg your pardon?
The little woman's away, so why not go down and get friendly with that singer, what's her name? Is that it?
Well, I thought...
I know what you thought. You might as well get this straight, Doc. I may not have been handled with care, but I'm not shop board.
You've made a mistake, Miss Prentiss. I only came here because I thought we were friends. That's all.
Wait a minute, don't go. Sit down, please. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid I don't understand women.
I'm afraid you're right. Anyway, I'm glad you're here.
Excuse me.
Oh, hello, Phil.
Hi, honey. I didn't know this gentleman was a friend of yours. Why didn't you tell me? I'd have given you a better table.
Well, this is fine.
Oh, Phil, this is Mr. Thompson, Robert Thompson, my boss, Phil Donato.
Don't get up. Haven't we met before?
Oh, no, he's from out of town.
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you.
Anything I can do for you, let me know. Way to get your order yet?
No, he hasn't.
What'll it be?
Bourbon and soda.
How about you?
Make it two.
Okay, coming right up. Glad to see you around.
You didn't have to say my name was Thompson.
In a place like this, right names aren't important.
Well, thanks.
What do you think of the joint?
Oh, I suppose it's all right. You don't belong here, though.
Oh, the next thing to ask is how did I get into this kind of life? I don't belong here, neither do you. But here we are. Well, say, I thought you didn't drink.
Well, Dr. Talbot doesn't, but Mr. Thompson will.
Well, here's to Mr. Thompson. Would you like to dance?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not very good.
Come on. Uh-oh. I haven't had a chance to get that fixed yet. No pockets.
Can I keep it for you?
Thanks.
As long as he desires his arms about me, who cares what people say?
Well, 2:30. Bet it's been a long time since you've been out this late.
You forget I'm a doctor. Sometimes on a call it's later than this.
That's not much fun. Did you have a good time tonight?
Well, I did. I hope it wasn't too dull for you.
Why should it be?
What? I've been accused of being dull recently.
Oh, maybe a little shy, but that's a new experience for me. Kind of nice.
Well, you're a new experience for me. Very nice.
How long have you been married, Doc?
Oh, quite a long time.
You have children, I imagine. 2 of them?
That's right. How did you know?
Some men you look at and say, now there's a man with 2 children, like you. You're not as worried looking as a man with 3 children, or as happy-go-lucky as a man with none.
You know, this is very nice. To be alone with someone you like.
Would you like to come up? I'll make you a cup of coffee.
Well,
You're not scared of me.
Well, not of you so much, but of me.
I see. Well, good night.
Oh, I'll see you to your door.
You know something? You're a very nice guy, Doc. Would you like to kiss me goodnight?
Yes.
Well, why don't you? Didn't hurt a bit, did it? Hello.
This is me. I hope I didn't wake you.
Oh, no.
Your bracelet, I forgot to return it to you.
Oh, yes, and I forgot to ask for it. I'll pick it up at your office sometime.
Oh, yes. Or I could take it to you if you like.
You could? When?
Well, tomorrow?
All right, tomorrow then. Thanks for calling. Yes?
Maybe you'd like to go for a drive somewhere.
Maybe I would.
Well, that's good. I'll call for you in the morning.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's fine. Good night.
Good night. Where are we going?
Anywhere you like.
It's a nice day for a picnic. What's this way?
Lots of places.
For instance?
For instance, my cabin in the mountains.
A real cabin?
Mm-hmm. Real mountains. Would you like to go there?
Sure, why not? I've always wanted to see a mountain.
I think we'll go. Well, this is it. The air's wonderful here, isn't it?
Yep, this is the stuff I've been telling my lungs about.
Let's see what it looks like inside. Well, I haven't been here for a long time.
I see what you mean.
It's a little dusty, isn't it?
A little. So thick you could plant flowers in it.
Well, I guess it isn't very inviting.
How'd you ever let it get this way?
Well, nobody cares much about it except me.
Oh, who plays the piano?
Oh, I do. Sometimes. At least I used to. You know, this place is about the only idea I ever had that was all my own. Now look at it. Cobwebs. Maybe we'd better go.
Oh, you really don't want to leave here, do you?
No, but...
Well, it's not so bad. We can get it cleaned up in no time. Come on.
You mean you'll stay? You don't mind?
Well, certainly not. I think I still remember which end of the broom does the work. Well, don't just stand there. Open the windows. Get busy.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a pretty big day, you know. Cooking, cleaning, washing, ironing.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. The place never looked better.
You can take it off my bill. That's nice. I like it.
Chopin. The best service.
Yes, I know. In D-flat minor, to be painfully accurate.
D-flat major, to be more accurate.
Oh.
You're an amazing girl, Nora. Where are you from?
Oh, small town. Midwest.
What are you smiling at?
How did you know I was smiling?
Just sounded as though you were. Anyway, why were you?
Oh, nothing much. Just thinking. This is a little different from most of my evenings.
I suppose you have lots of friends.
Well, I wouldn't call them friends exactly. Amateur wrestlers, most of them, looking for a partner.
But what about Donato? I think he likes you.
Yes, so he says. He's going to New York soon to open a new place. Wants me to go with him.
Going?
I don't think so. He's not what I want.
What do you want, Nora?
I don't know. I thought I did once. I came out here thinking I'd get a break. You know, someone would see me and send me to New York, Hollywood. Kid stuff, daydreams. I've given all that up now.
Why?
Dreams last only so long. After that, you get hungry.
Nora.
Oh, don't go getting sorry for me. I like it this way. I like me, just the way I am. Nora Prentiss. 6 songs an evening and an occasional drink with the better customers. And that's all right. I'm not complaining.
You're very nice. A lot nicer than you think.
And it's nice of you to say it. No one's ever told me I'm better than I am. I like it.
2 days ago, when you came into my office, you seemed so hard and independent. I thought nothing could touch you.
2 days ago, I felt the same about you. You seemed so cold and dignified.
2 days ago, we were strangers.
We'd better go.
What's the matter?
Nothing. We've been here all day and there's an end to everything.
Have I said something to hurt your feelings?
Of course not. You're the first man who cared whether or not I had any feelings.
Well, then what is it? Only a moment ago, you seemed happy.
Oh, I was. I'd forgotten there could be days like this. I'd hoped it would never end.
I don't understand.
Look, I started all this. I started it for a laugh, for a little fun. But it's not funny anymore. You're the kind of a man I could make a fool of myself about. And I don't like it. No. What's the use? When it's all over, what is there in it for me? I've been kicked around enough in my life. And I'm not taking any more chances. Please, let's get out of here.
All right.
Don't say anything.
Miss Prentiss?
Yes?
Flowers.
Thanks.
Just get in, Richard.
No. I've been in quite a while. No, Lucy, I couldn't possibly make it. But you go ahead. Have a nice weekend.
Dr. Talbot isn't in, Dr. Merriam.
It's awfully late. I have to go. Good night.
Mother.
Morning, Bunny. Morning, sis.
Morning.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yes, happy birthday, darling.
Thanks, Mother.
How does it feel to be 16?
No different.
Ah, sweet 16.
Isn't Dad up yet?
Oh, Greg, I think you'd better waken him.
Mother.
Yes, dear?
Who's coming to the party tonight? Beside the kids, I mean.
Oh, Granny, of course, and Uncle Joel and the Morgans. Why?
I was just wondering, has Dad said anything about it lately?
About what?
My birthday. You don't suppose he's forgotten?
Oh, of course not. You know he'd never forget a thing like that.
Dad. Dad. Wake up, Dad.
What is it?
It's getting late. Mother thought that...
Late? What time is it?
It's after 8.
After 8? Why didn't you wake me sooner?
I guess we forgot.
Forgot. I'm due at the office at 9 o'clock. Did you wake me sooner?
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry. The whole house full of people and nobody can wake you. I'll take it. You don't have to help me. Well, don't stand there. Go downstairs and get your breakfast. Oh, I'm sorry, son. I'll be down in a few minutes.
Yes, Dad.
Bye, Mother.
Goodbye, dear.
Morning, Dad.
Morning, buddy. Morning, Lucy.
Morning. Get up so late you don't have time to read the morning paper.
Well, I'll read it this evening.
Coffee?
Yes, please.
Richard, I know you're very busy, but will you be home early tonight?
Yes. Well, as early as I can.
Does that mean after midnight again?
Lucy, I can't help it if I'm busy.
Well, try to help it tonight because it's especially important.
It's always important, isn't it? Has it ever occurred to you that what I do might be important, too?
Well, of course, Richard. I only mentioned it because tonight happens to be...
I'm sick of you telling me when to get up and when to go to sleep, what time to go to work and what time to come home.
Richard, there's no necessity for you.
I've spent 20 years of my life on routine. Have you ever asked yourself whether it's convenient for me to check in here on the dot of 7? Have you ever shown one moment's interest in me or my work or what goes on inside me?
I'm beginning to wonder what goes on inside of you.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing, but I'm not exactly a fool. This sudden necessity for you to work night after night until 3 and 4 in the morning seems very odd to me. The population of San Francisco can't be that unhealthy.
We'll talk about it some other time.
Have you heard from Dr. Talbot yet?
No, I haven't.
This is Bailey's tracing. Better show it to him as soon as he comes in.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning. Anything wrong?
Bailey's inside. He was to have had a tracing at 9 o'clock.
Yes, I know. I hadn't forgotten.
I asked Dr. Merriam to do it because Mr. Bailey had to be at work at 10.
Couldn't have waited. It was only a matter of a few minutes.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't know.
Yes, well, let me see that. All right, you can go, Judson.
Yes, sir.
Bailey's anxious to talk to you. He's quite upset.
What can I say to him? He won't live another 6 months.
Hello, Doctor.
Mr. Bailey, I see you've already been taken care of.
Yes, thank you. Well, what do you think?
I haven't had a chance to study this. Call me later in the day.
Yes, sir. Bye, Doctor. Dr. Murray. Keep in touch with us. The hospital wanted to know if they could set up the Patterson surgery for tomorrow morning.
Well, I'll get in touch with them.
I told them it'll be all right. I tried to check with you, but you weren't at home and the exchange couldn't locate you.
Yes, I know. I got tied up. I had an emergency call.
You've had quite a few emergencies lately, Richard. Of course, I shouldn't say anything.
That's right. Is there anything else?
No, I guess not. I have a few calls to make. I won't be back today. See you tonight.
Yes. Good night.
Play another one, Rod.
What'll it be?
Oh, anything. Go on.
Sure, come on. They enjoy each other. Yes, dear?
Can't we call his office again? Or the hospital?
We have called several times. Now, don't worry about it. He'll be home soon.
Don't upset yourself, darling. It's still early.
But maybe something's happened to him, Granny.
Nonsense. Nothing ever happens to your father. He's a little absent-minded.
Your grandmother's right, Bunny. Let's get her out.
Be careful of that young man. I've heard about him. Whoa.
Oh, Mother.
I can't do it.
Does your wife know about us?
No. And if she finds out, I don't know what I can say to her. It'll be a terrible shock. It's been on my mind all day. I haven't been able to work thinking about it.
Why are you telling me this, Richard?
Well, I may not be able to see you as often as I have.
Oh. Wouldn't it be better if you stopped seeing me altogether?
No, of course not. It's just that until I can work something out...
You mean you'll see me when it's convenient?
I didn't say that.
That's what you meant.
Nora, please. It's difficult for me. Don't you understand?
Sure I understand. But this concerns me as much as it does you. You're tired of sneaking around corners, making excuses. Well, so am I. What do you think it's been like for me these past months?
Nora, I realize...
It was all right as long as we were happy. But we're not happy now, either of us. Are we?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
I told you once it would be all right when the time came for you to leave. And it is. Richard, you have a wife and children and a life I don't belong in. So go home. Go home and leave me alone.
What about you?
I'll get along all right. Phil DiNardo wired me today. I may go to New York.
No, you can't do that. I won't let you go. I'm going to talk to Lucy. I'm going to ask her for a divorce.
Divorce?
Yes. This way it isn't fair to any of us. We'll go away someplace, build a new life for ourselves.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes. I'll tell her tonight. I'll call you first thing in the morning.
Richard, I do love you so much.
Good night.
Hello? Have you heard from Dr. Talbot yet? When he comes in, will you have him call his home? Thank you.
You wear that phone out, Lucy?
Just don't know where he could be. Joel, what's the matter with him? He won't tell me.
He hasn't told me either. But whatever it is, try being less married to him, Lucy. No, I'm serious. Married people sometimes act too much like married people.
Well,
Take the advice of a bachelor. Make him take a vacation. Go along with him. Have a second honeymoon. And don't wait too long.
There he is. Get the cake ready. He's here. Yes, ma'am. Richard!
Lucy.
Oh, I'm so glad you're home.
Well, what's going on? Why all the people?
Oh, I tried to tell you this morning. It's Bunny's birthday party.
Birthday?
Yes, I was afraid you'd forgotten.
What'll I do? I didn't get her a present.
Oh, when I didn't hear from you this afternoon, I went out and bought one. Here, you give it to her. It's just what she wants.
Lucy,
You better go in now and act just as if nothing had happened, huh? Go on, go on.
Well, how's my birthday, girl?
Oh, Dad, you did remember.
Remember, you just look in this pocket.
What is it? Is it what I think it is?
I think it's what you think it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, Daddy, it's lovely. It's lovely.
I'm glad you like it, darling.
Mother, he didn't forget it. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it is. It's just what she wanted, Richard. Oh, the cake, come on.
Isn't it beautiful?
Good morning, Doctor.
Hello, Talbot.
Hello?
Nora,
Oh, hello, Richard.
I'm at the hospital. I'm operating this morning.
Yes?
I don't know what to say. I didn't tell her. I was going to, but it just wasn't the right moment. You see, it was my daughter's birthday, and I'd forgotten it. Somehow I just couldn't. Did you say something?
No.
I hope you're not disappointed.
No, I'm glad you didn't tell her.
But I'm going to.
Sure. Goodbye, Richard.
I'll stop by as soon as I've finished here.
I'd rather you didn't.
What's that?
I don't want to see you again, Richard.
Nora, please.
What's the use of going on with it? This is the end of the line. Goodbye.
Wait a minute. Nora, wait a minute, please.
Oh, Richard. This is Dr. Oberlin, New York Polyclinic. Dr. Talbot.
How do you do?
I read your paper on this operation, Doctor. I'd like to observe, if you don't mind.
No, of course not.
We'd better get started.
What is the prognosis on this type of case, Dr. Talbot?
What's that?
I said that.
Oh, we just keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
What's the matter, Richard?
Nothing.
Aren't you feeling well?
Yes, of course.
We better hurry. We're all set up. Coming, Doctor?
me, Nora.
Richard, I told you...
Let me in, Nora, please.
I asked you not to come here.
Get me a drink.
What's the matter? What is it?
Please don't ask me any questions. Just get me a drink. The operation. I almost killed a man. I would have if it hadn't been for Joel. My hand shook so I couldn't get hold of myself. I forgot what to do next.
Oh, things weren't tough enough as they were. Now you can't even do your work anymore.
I don't know what happened to me.
I happened to you, that's what. You were late leaving your office one evening and you met a girl. Ever since then, your life's been a mess.
It's not your fault.
No, who else then? If I hadn't shown up, this would never have happened. Well, it never will again. I'm leaving.
Leaving?
Yes. Now you can get back on schedule. Hello? Yes, this is she. Compartment C?
Nora, you can't leave me. I won't let you go.
Richard, I've caused enough trouble. I'm not causing any more. Will you repeat that?
You don't know what you're doing. Just give me a little time.
Time for what?
I'll never see you again.
Yes, I have it. Compartment C, car 131.
Just give me a day or two. I'll think of something. I'll work something out, please.
What time do you leave?
I'll do anything you say if you just wait.
Yes, thanks. Goodbye. Look, darling, we can't go on seeing each other. And I'm not going to stay in this town and not see you. I'm leaving for New York tonight.
Nora, I know it hasn't been easy for you.
Easy? It's been a picnic. Wives don't know what they're missing. They don't know what loneliness is. I'm the girl who waits, Richard, and I'm tired of waiting. Now, if you don't mind, I still have some packing to do.
I won't say goodbye. I'll find some way. You're here, Doctor. I was afraid you'd gone home. Well, I was just leaving. It's my heart. I don't know. I've never been this bad before. Well, go in there and sit down.
I can hardly breathe.
Be quiet.
Oh, the pain. The pain.
I'll be right with you. Get your sleeve rolled up.
Yes, sir. Doctor.
Yes, just a moment.
Oh. Doctor. Doctor, oh.
Police department.
Attention, please. Boat leaving now, connecting with train number 68 for Reno, Salt Lake City, Cheyenne, and Chicago. Passengers are requested to use the upper deck of the ferry while crossing San Francisco Bay.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Judge.
Doesn't seem possible he won't be here, does it?
Yeah. What time's my first appointment?
10 o'clock.
Good. I have a few things I want to clean up.
Yes, sir. Dr. Merriam's office. Oh, just a moment.
Yes? Thank you. Hello, Lucy.
I hope I'm not disturbing you, Joel, but I had to call.
Not at all. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm a little worried. I sent out a few checks the other day, and the bank just called to say that our account is overdrawn.
Overdrawn? There must be some mistake.
Well, it seems that for the past few months, Richard had taken out quite a bit of money. And on that last day, the day of the accident, he had withdrawn a very large sum. He always told me if there were any unusual expenses, and I just wondered if you knew anything about it.
Well, no, I don't. But I'll see what I can find out. If you need anything...
No, it's not that. There's money in the savings account. It's just that I didn't understand.
Don't worry about it. I'll check on it and call you later.
Thank you, Joe. Goodbye.
Bye, Lucy.
Yep, Doctor.
Will you come in, please?
Yep.
Judson, have there been any big expenses in the office during the past few months?
Why, not that I know of. Why, is anything wrong?
I don't know yet. By the way, you said Dr. Talbot came back here after the operation, is that right?
Yes, he did.
Did he mention anything about driving to Carmel that evening?
Well, not that I remember. But Mrs. Talbot went down that same morning. Perhaps he...
No, I spoke to her about it. She wasn't expecting him. That's all, Judson.
Yes, sir.
checked with the bank. This is an itemized list of the withdrawals. 400, 400, 500, 750, and on the day of the accident, $6,500.
Mm-hmm. Did Dr. Talbot ever do any gambling?
Well, if he did, I never heard of it. No, I think that's quite unlikely.
Have you any idea at all what he did with this money?
Oh, that's why I came to see you. I don't like the looks of things.
How did he leave his family?
Well, he wasn't a rich man, but they're comfortably fixed.
Then he certainly didn't commit suicide because of the loss of a few $1,000s.
Oh, hardly.
I understand you identified the body, is that right?
Yes. I didn't want Mrs. Talbot to... Well, it was burned beyond recognition.
I understand. How did you make the identification?
Well, his ring, his watch, money clip, several things.
I see. I wish I knew what was in this note, or who burned it. Do you think he was being blackmailed?
Blackmailed?
Yes.
What would anybody have on him? He led such an exemplary life.
That's the way a blackmailer works, Doctor. He finds out something that nobody else knows and then sells it for a price. Blackmail would explain a lot of things. Those withdrawals from the bank. The strain the doctor was living under. This note.
Yes, it's possible, of course, but...
I haven't much to go on, but I'll make you a bet the doctor didn't die in any accident. I'd say it was closer to murder. I'm going over to that cliffside. Have a look at that wreck. You better come along.
I'd be glad to.
Yes, sir? Have you a San Francisco paper?
Yes, sir. I suppose he's okay?
Who is it?
It's me, darling. Can I speak to you for a moment?
Oh. Well, not now. I'll be with you in a little while.
Sounds suspicious. I thought you were going to call me as soon as you came in.
Well, I'm sorry, but I had a few things to do.
Shall I get dressed for dinner?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Be with you in a moment.
Oh, don't hurry.
Well, how do you like it?
It's very nice.
Went shopping. Bought a lot of things. Wait till you see them.
It's fine.
Dignified enough?
Just right.
Well, that's about the dullest conversation we've had in months. Richard, you look so different.
Do I?
Yes, what? Oh, you've cut off your mustache. I wish you hadn't. I liked it.
I'm sorry. I'll grow another one for you sometime. Darling, the dress is beautiful. You look beautiful in it.
Just for that, you can take me to Phil Donato's tonight.
Donato's?
Yes, we'll surprise him. If he finds out I've been here and haven't called him...
I'd rather not.
Oh, come, Richard. It'll be fun. I'll call for a table.
I don't want to see him, and I don't want you to see him. I told you I don't want to see anyone I knew in San Francisco. Darling, we have to be careful, live quietly. until the divorce comes through. I don't want to go any place I might be recognized.
But I don't understand. We've done nothing to be ashamed of.
No. But we might meet somebody and there'd be questions. I'm a doctor, Nora, and I have to get a license to practice in New York. Well, there are a lot of difficulties involved that you don't understand. That's why I'm using the name of Thompson till everything's settled.
Richard, I want to help, not interfere. It's only that, well, we haven't been anywhere since we came here.
I know, but there'll be time for that later on. Why don't we go to some quiet little place and have dinner and see a movie afterwards? You know, we've never been to a movie together.
I'm a little overdressed for a double feature, don't you think?
You can wear the dress some other time. I promise you.
All right. I'll change. More books?
Yes, I bought a couple of new ones for you.
If this keeps up, I'll get a liberal education.
Would you like a drink? I could order something from downstairs.
That won't help.
I know you're bored and restless, but I've explained to you...
I know. We have to be careful till the divorce comes through. But when will it come through? I thought that by this time we'd be married, have a home, live like other people. And what about your practice? Shouldn't you be looking for an office, doing something? Do we have to spend the rest of our lives in this hotel room?
Nora, I don't like this any more than you do. But I'm doing the best I can. If you'll only be patient.
Patient? We've been here for months and nothing happens. We never go anywhere. We never see anyone. If we do go out, it's to some hideaway restaurant or some neighborhood movie. Why, we can't even take a walk in the daylight.
I was only trying to... Perhaps I've been overcautious. Perhaps there's no need to worry.
Yes, what are we afraid of? Being seen together? What's so terrible about that?
Darling, would you like to go out tonight?
I'd like to do something. Be with people, hear some music. I want to feel alive again.
All right. I'll take you any place you like. Make yourself glamorous and we'll go.
Richard, it'll be wonderful for both of us.
Have you reservations?
Yes, the name's Thompson.
Thompson.
Mr. Donato's expecting us. Phil!
Nora.
The lady says they're expected.
This young lady's always expected, but she doesn't always show up. Hiya, sweetheart.
Fine, Phil. You've met Mr. Thompson.
Why, of course. How are you?
How do you do?
Come along. I've got a table for you. How do you like the place?
Beautiful.
You should see the 2 beautiful mortgages that go with it.
Oh.
Right here, honey. You'll be able to see everything that's going on.
Thanks.
Still the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. When did you get in town?
Oh, quite a while ago.
You knew I was here. You certainly didn't hurry about looking me up.
There were reasons for it.
Oh, I don't think Mr. Donato's interested in our personal affairs.
Oh, we can tell Phil. We're going to be married.
Oh, I see. Congratulations. I won't say that I'm glad. You know why. You're a very lucky guy, Thompson. When's the big day?
Well, we don't...
We'll let you know.
Thanks. Not very good at guessing. Oh, Lee.
Yes, sir?
Say, how about a picture for just the 3 of us?
No. Oh, some other time.
You see, Phil, we're waiting for the divorce.
Oh, I get it. Hiding out from the wife, huh? Never mind, Lee. For a minute, I thought it was robbery or murder.
Oh.
You going to San Francisco after the wedding?
Please don't feel that you have to spend all your time with us, Mr. Donato. I'm sure we're keeping you from your work.
Thanks. I am rather busy tonight. I'll have some champagne sent over from the management.
love.
Thanks, Bill. That wasn't very nice, Richard.
Well, he was asking too many questions.
We don't have to hide anything from him. He's an old friend of mine.
I'm sorry, darling. We came here to have a good time. Let's have it. Would you like to dance?
All right.
Tommy, who cares what people say? We're an old friend.
Remember?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. I guess we're...
Who's that?
I don't know. I've seen you someplace before.
Come on, we're going home.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just don't ask any questions.
Richard, what's wrong?
Please, let's go. I'm sorry I spoiled your eating. I'll make it up to you some other time. Good night.
Richard, I want to talk to you.
Can't it wait till tomorrow? I've got an awful headache.
Not tomorrow, right now. I want to know what's going on. Why were you so frightened of that man?
Well, I told you. He's a physician. I met him in San Francisco. I was afraid he'd recognize me.
I don't believe you. Something's wrong, and I want to know what it is. Either you tell me, or I'll find out for myself. All right?
No, wait. Come in. I lied to you about everything. I've wanted to tell you for a long time, but I didn't know how. You see, a corpse can't walk into places where he'd meet old friends. They might be embarrassed.
Who was that man in the car? How did he die?
His name was Bailey. He was a patient of mine.
Richard, you didn't...
No, I didn't kill him, if that's what you mean. He died of a heart attack in my office.
Your ring, your watch, keys. It says here that...
Yes. They were mine. Nora, it meant that we could go away together. That last day, I was out of my mind. I didn't know what to do. I'd written a letter to Lucy telling her everything, but I couldn't send it. And then Bailey came in.
I begged you to let me go. I pleaded with you. You said no, you'd think of something. You thought of something, all right. Richard, how did you expect to get away with this? Sooner or later, they'll find out, won't they?
I didn't think so, but now I'm not sure. An investigation was started, but there's been nothing more about it. I've watched the papers every day.
But what about Bailey? Won't the police try to find out what happened to him?
Well, he lived alone. He had no family. I don't think they'll connect his disappearance with me.
You hope. At least I understand everything now. You'll never be able to practice. I'll never be your wife. All the things we ever hoped for, they're gone.
I know I've made a mess of things, but I couldn't help it. I thought it would work out.
Well, we'll try. Tomorrow I'll start looking for a job. But you'd better stay out of sight for a long time. You can't take any chances.
No. You won't leave me, will you?
Leave you? No. After all, you did this to be with me. We'll stick it out together. Good night.
let them gossip as they may. As long as we are mad about each other, who cares what people say? When they say they've seen his arms about me, should I take his arms away? As long as he desires his arms about me, who cares what people say? We've built our dreams too high. Why should we let them all come tumbling down? I know that he and I will keep our love alive, though we're the talk of the town. Let them say we're always seen together. That's the way we want to stay. As long as we can always be together, who cares what people say? Who cares what people say?
Talk to Miss Nora Prentiss. Well, where is she? I don't care if she is rehearsing. You tell her that... Tell me you've been rehearsing all day.
It's a new show. There was a lot of work to do.
I can imagine.
Richard, I didn't choose this kind of life. But now that it's happened, don't you think we should make the best of it?
Well, what about dinner? Will you eat with me tonight? We could have something sent up here.
Not tonight. I have to get dressed and get back to the club.
That means I have to eat alone again. It's not very pleasant eating alone in a stuffy hotel room.
I spend as much time with you as I can. What do you...
Package for you, Miss Prentiss.
Thanks.
What's that?
If you'll just give me a chance to open it. It's from Phil.
I thought so. Let me see it. Quite an expensive little gift. Why should he send you jewelry? When a man sends a woman jewelry...
Just because he's a nice guy, that's all.
Well, nobody's that nice unless there's a reason. That pin must have cost $1,000.
All right, I'll send it back. Will that satisfy you?
Don't you have a fool? Don't you think I know what's been going on between you two?
Please, Richard, I'm tired and I have to do a show. Now let me go.
What's the matter? I disgust you. I didn't used to.
Have you finished?
Nora, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Nora. Nora.
Sure, Joe. I'll take care of it for you in the morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donato.
Want me to drive you tonight, Chief?
Oh, no, thanks. You can go home. Did you leave the keys in the car?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good night, Billy.
Good night, Chief.
It's me, Nora. You decent?
Sure, come in, Phil.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
You must be tired.
A little. How'd everything go tonight?
Sensational, thanks to you.
Pretty good show.
You were a good show. There's only one thing spoiled my evening.
What's that?
That pin I sent you. Why didn't you wear it?
Oh, I wanted to, but I just couldn't. As a matter of fact, I won't be able to accept it.
Why not?
Please don't ask me to explain.
But I don't get it.
Things are pretty mixed up for me right now. I don't want them to get any worse.
Nora, there are no strings attached. You've done enough for me here at the club. I wouldn't ask for any more.
I know.
We've known each other for years, and I've never made a pass at you. A guy like me, he don't make a pass at a girl he'd like to marry.
Please, Phil.
But I mean it. I've loved you for a long time. You know that.
Look, you're a very sweet guy.
What is this? Another rehearsal?
Take it easy, Thompson. There's nothing to get excited about.
Get out! Go on! Get out of here!
Wait a minute. This happens to be my place. I usually do the throwing out around here.
And keep away from Nora. I'm warning you.
I think you've had a little too much to drink, old man. You'd better go outside.
Keep your hands up!
Richard! Don't! Are you insane? Phil!
Miss Prentiss, anything wrong?
Get out. The police will be here. Get out!
Yes, darling. Will you forgive me?
Sure.
You won't go away.
Miss Prentiss,
Yes?
there's an officer outside who wants to see you.
Oh. Don't worry. He'll be all right, won't he, Doctor?
We're going to operate in a few minutes. We'll do the best we can.
Miss Prentiss, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'll have to ask you a few questions.
All right.
Sit down. I've talked to Mr. DiNardo, but he wasn't much help. I want to know what happened. What was the fight about?
I don't know.
Oh, no, don't give me that. It was in your dressing room, wasn't it?
Well, yes, but it all happened so quickly,
Where do you live?
Hotel Rutherford.
How long have you been here?
Oh, quite some time.
Where'd you come from?
San Francisco.
Oh, there's Philip Thompson. He's from there, too, isn't he?
I don't know where he's from.
Oh, I see. How long have you known him?
Oh, just a little while. What difference does it make?
It all depends.
Is that all?
Yeah, but don't go out of town. We may need you later.
How'd you find out? nothing. She's covering up. Did you go through his clothes?
Yeah, all I found was a bank book and a couple of hotel bills.
$6,000. October the 17th, he deposited $6,000. Now, where would a broken-down guy like that get $6,000?
His uncle left it to him. Why don't you relax, make out a report, and let headquarters do the rest?
Shall I wait?
No. I think it's best if he doesn't see you. We'll take a taxi home.
I hope he'll be all right. About the fight and the car, forget it.
Thanks, Phil. You've been swell.
Will you be coming back to the club?
I'm afraid not. There are lots of reasons, but, well, I have to do things his way.
I'll be seeing you again, won't I?
I don't think so.
If you should ever need anything, any time.
I know.
I wish things could have been different, Nora.
Bye, Phil.
Good luck, honey.
Nora.
How do you feel?
Oh, I'm just a little restless.
Well, that's not surprising. After all, you've waited for weeks to get these bandages off.
You know, I've been thinking, this might be a godsend after all. I mean, my face. It was pretty badly burned, and there was a lot of glass. If it were really changed enough, no one would recognize me. No more hiding, no more running away. I might even be able to go out and get a job.
Good morning. How are you, Miss Prentiss?
Good morning, Doctor.
Well, all ready for the unveiling?
The sooner the better.
Fine. Just put that down there. That's fine. Scissors, please.
I think I ought to warn you. It's always a bit of a shock the first time you see yourself.
Yes, I know. I mean, you don't have to worry about me, Doctor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, that looks pretty good.
Nora?
It's all right. It's fine.
It won't be so bad when the scars fade out. These days, plastic surgery.
Yes. Yes, of course.
He can be discharged today, Miss Prentiss, but he should come back to the clinic about once a week. If you'll come to the office, there are some papers to sign.
I'll be right down. Richard,
I'm all right, Nora. After all, it's what I wanted, isn't it? No one will recognize me now.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
I see. Is he ready to leave? Yes, but I thought his case didn't come up until next week.
This is something else.
Well, that's his room.
Thanks, Doc. All right, Thompson, get your clothes on.
Who are you?
Police. You're coming with us.
Oh. I suppose it's about the fight.
No, you're going on a little trip. San Francisco. Ever hear of the place?
San Francisco.
Or Dr. Richard Talbot. Does that ring a bell?
So you found out. Well, in a way, I'm glad.
Glad, the man says. First time I ever saw a man glad to be arrested for murder.
There's a set of fingerprints in San Francisco that matches yours. You're wanted for the murder of Dr. Richard Talbot.
Robert Thompson, how do you plead to the information filed by the district attorney charging you with extortion and murder? Guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor, the defendant has at all times refused to discuss with me the facts of this case. Therefore, I feel that I cannot properly represent the defendant and request that the court relieve me from that duty.
Denied. The defendant is entitled to have his constitutional rights protected at all times. Standing mute and refusing to plead, the court orders that a plea of not guilty be entered for the defendant and the trial proceed.
And the attitude of the defendant in refusing to affirm or deny his guilt. I intend to prove to you, ladies and gentlemen, that the defendant is guilty as charged. What first aroused your suspicion that Dr. Talbot was a victim of foul play?
I found a note which confirmed my opinion that Dr. Talbot had lived under unusual strain, and also a broken statue which I found under odd circumstances.
Is this the note? Dr. Merriam, is this the note?
It is.
Is this the statue?
Yes.
Did Dr. Talbot on October the 12th withdraw, as recorded here, $6,500 from the bank in which you were employed as a teller?
He did.
I offer in evidence the bank book of Robert Thompson, showing a deposit of $6,000 in a New York City bank 5 days later. Is it true that you made a chemical analysis of the upholstery of Dr. Talbot's burned automobile?
I did.
What did you find?
Strong traces of alcohol.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it has been established that this empty alcohol container was found at the wreckage of Dr. Talbot's car. Did you examine it for fingerprints?
I did.
And are the fingerprints on this container identical with the fingerprints of Robert Thompson as recorded by the New York City police?
They are.
I offer this container in evidence.
You didn't sleep much last night, did you? Well, I don't blame you. You got a tough day ahead of you. They tell me the doctor's widow's going to testify today. Women always make it tough. Well, let's go. What's the matter? Come on, don't make no trouble.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mrs. Talbot, have you ever seen the defendant, Robert Thompson, before?
I object, Your Honor. It's irrelevant and immaterial.
What does counsel wish to establish by this question?
Your Honor, I wish to establish that at no time during this trial has the prosecution shown any relationship between the defendant and Dr. Talbot, nor any basis for blackmail. It is my intention to show that until Robert Thompson appeared in this court, he had never been seen before by either Dr. Talbot's family or close associates.
Objection overruled. Proceed.
Mrs. Talbot, I ask you again, have you ever seen the accused before?
Raise your head.
No. No, I've never seen him before.
The facts are clear-cut, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The evidence speaks for itself. And what has the defense offered to contradict those facts? The only evidence presented so far is to the effect that no one had ever seen Robert Thompson and Dr. Talbot together. From this, they argue, there is no basis for blackmail. Obviously, the business of a blackmailer is to avoid public contact with his victims. And as to the nature of that blackmail, only two persons can testify to that: the defendant and the late Dr. Talbot. But the defendant has refused to take the witness stand, and the lips of his victim are sealed by death. On the other hand, we have established the withdrawal from the bank by Dr. Talbot, the corresponding deposit by the defendant in a New York City bank 5 days later, and the fingerprints of the prisoner on the container of alcohol. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask that you bring in a verdict of guilty of murder in the first degree.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
You hand the verdict to the clerk. The defendant, please rise. In the case of the people of the state of California versus Robert Thompson, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree.
Order in the court.
All right, lady. Right this way.
Richard. I begged you not to come here. Do you want them to start questioning you all over again?
I don't care. I'm not going to let you give up this way. You've got to tell them the truth.
What would I gain by telling them?
Your life.
What kind of a life would it be? Where would I go? What could I do? Could I go back into practice? Or back to my family?
Yes, they'd forgive you.
Forgive me? Would they forgive me for ruining their lives? That's just what would happen if I told the truth. Nora, you saw my children in court. You heard them talk about their father. To them, he was a good man. Their memory of him was a good memory. I want to keep it that way. But look at me. Take a good look at me. Don't you see that I'm no possible good to anybody? You, my family, myself. I could never prove my innocence. You know that. They'd never believe me. If a man commits one crime, it's easy to suspect him of another. Besides, I am guilty of killing a man. I killed Richard Talbot.
There was only something I could do.
There is. Keep this to yourself. Never breathe a word of it to anyone. Promise.
You can't ask me to go on living, remembering that I could have saved you and didn't. You can't do that.
If I could die remembering that, you can live remembering it.
Time's up, miss.
Promise.
please subscribe my channel. Παρακαλώ, εγγραφείτε στο κανάλι μου.